Everything is about to change in Hope Valley. And this time, it's not just another quiet shift. It's a moment that could redefine love, family, and the future of everyone we care about. The trailer for When Calls the Heart. Season 14 opens with a feeling that something big is coming, even before a single word is spoken. There's a calmness in the town, but it doesn't feel peaceful. It feels like the kind of calm that comes right before a storm. We see familiar streets, the same buildings, the same people, but everything feels slightly different, like time has moved forward in a way we can't ignore anymore. Hope Valley is no longer just a place where stories happen slowly. Now it feels like a place where decisions must be made, and those decisions will change lives. Elizabeth appears early in the trailer, and there's something new in her expression. She's always been strong, always thoughtful, but now there's a quiet confidence mixed with uncertainty. It's like she knows what she wants, but she also understands that choosing it won't be easy. Her journey has never been simple, and this season looks like it's pushing her to face something deeper than before. The way she looks at the town, at her friends, and even at herself suggests that she's standing at a crossroads again. But this time, the choice feels more final, more real. At the same time, the trailer carefully shows how the town itself is changing. The people of Hope Valley are still close, still supportive, but there are small signs that life is moving forward. New faces appear in quick moments, hinting that fresh stories are about to begin. Old friendships are still strong, yet there's a sense that not everything can stay the same forever. The show has always been about community, but now it seems to be asking a bigger question. What happens when that community has to grow and adapt? Another important feeling that stands out is the idea of time passing. The trailer uses quiet scenes, people walking, looking, pausing to remind us that these characters have been through so much already. And now, they are being asked to move forward again, whether they are ready or not. It's not just about new challenges, but about how past experiences shape the choices they are about to make. Every glance, every small moment feels meaningful, like it's building towards something we can't fully see yet. There's also a stronger emotional tone compared to previous seasons. The music, the pacing, and even the silence between scenes all suggest that Season 14 will go deeper into the characters' feelings. It's not just about what happens next, it's about why it matters more than ever. The trailer doesn't rush. Instead, it lets each moment breathe, giving us time to feel the weight of what's coming. This slower, more thoughtful approach makes everything feel more serious, more important. What really stands out is how the trailer balances hope and uncertainty. Hope Valley has always been a place of comfort, but now it feels like that comfort is being tested. The characters are still holding on to their values, their kindness, and their love for each other, but the world around them is changing. And with that change comes the possibility of loss, growth, and new beginnings all at once. By the end of this first part of the trailer, one thing becomes clear. Season 14 is not just continuing the story, it's pushing it forward in a bold way. The foundation is still there, but the direction feels new. The show is preparing us for something bigger, something more emotional, and possibly something unexpected. And as viewers, we can already feel that this season won't just be about watching Hope Valley, it will be about experiencing it in a completely different way. Elizabeth and Nathan's journey in Season 14 begins to take a deeper, more meaningful turn. And the trailer makes it clear that this is not just a continuation, it's a transformation. The way they look at each other, the subtle gestures, the shared silences, all hint at a relationship that is ready to move beyond the hesitations of the past. Nathan's expressions in the trailer show a mix of determination and vulnerability. For the first time in many seasons, he seems willing to step fully into his feelings without reservation, even if it means confronting fears he's carried silently for years. There's a strength in him that is both protective and tender, a balance that Elizabeth needs, and that fans have been waiting to see explored more fully. Elizabeth herself is portrayed with the quiet strength, as if she has learned to trust herself and her heart in new ways. Her eyes carry the weight of past decisions, but also a spark of anticipation for what comes next. Scenes of her walking through the town, observing familiar places with a sense of calm reflection, suggest that she is considering a major life choice. not just for herself, but for the future she and Nathan could share together. The trailer hints that this big step might be more than just romantic. It's a commitment to a shared vision of life, community, and family, showing that their connection has matured in subtle but powerful ways. The trailer also emphasizes their moments together, not just through dialogue, but through silence and physical presence. A glance exchanged over the bakery counter, a hand lightly resting on the other's, a pause in conversation that speaks volumes. All these small moments add emotional weight. The creators seem to be signaling that Season 14 will explore intimacy and trust in deeper layers, highlighting how much the characters have grown individually and together. Nathan and Elizabeth are no longer just partners. They are allies navigating the complexities of life in Hope Valley, facing both personal and communal challenges side by side. Beyond the personal moments, the trailer carefully weaves in the town's response to their relationship. Friends and neighbors are shown observing them, subtly reacting, and providing context for the societal expectations and pressures that still exist. These interactions are not just background, they provide insight into how their choices will resonate beyond themselves. The community, which has always been a silent character in the series, plays a role in shaping and testing their relationship, reflecting the show's continued focus on interconnectedness and the impact of one's decisions on the wider world. Another layer shown in the trailer is the balance between hope and vulnerability. Nathan's protective instincts, paired with Elizabeth's courage, suggest that their big step will not be without challenges. There are hints of conflict, perhaps from past experiences, lingering doubts, or external pressures. But these moments are framed in a way that emphasizes resilience rather than despair. It's a testament to the storytelling that even potential obstacles are presented as opportunities for growth and deeper understanding, making their journey feel authentic and relatable. The trailer also plays with pacing and visual storytelling to enhance the emotional impact. Long, lingering shots of the couple, moments framed by Hope Valley's natural beauty, and close-ups of expressions create a sense of intimacy that words alone could not convey. The musical cues add another dimension, underlining the emotional stakes without overwhelming the scenes. It's clear that Season 14 aims to capture both the quiet, tender moments and the significant, life-changing decisions that define Nathan and Elizabeth's relationship. Finally, the trailer hints at new dimensions of trust and commitment. Both characters are shown navigating situations that require honesty, courage, and mutual understanding. These glimpses suggest that their big step will involve more than declarations of love. It will challenge them to grow individually while strengthening the bond that has carried them through seasons of trials and triumphs. The scenes paint a picture of a love that is patient yet evolving, steady yet ready to embrace change, making it a central emotional core of the new season. This section of the trailer demonstrates that Nathan and Elizabeth's story is no longer just about romantic tension or seasonal drama. It's about life-altering decisions, personal growth, and the courage to embrace a shared future, giving viewers a glimpse into the depth and emotional richness that Season 14 promises to deliver. Abigail's return in Season 14 carries a weight that goes far beyond a simple reunion. It is a moment that reverberates through Hope Valley and touches every character in subtle but meaningful ways. From the very first scenes of the trailer, her presence is marked by a mixture of nostalgia and anticipation. Abigail has always been more than a visitor in the town. She is a link to the past, a reminder of the shared history and the bonds that have shaped the community. Her arrival is shown through fleeting moments, a smile exchanged with a familiar friend, a hesitant step into a familiar room, and the quiet pause that comes when people realize she is back. These details suggest that the writers are focusing on the emotional resonance of her return, emphasizing connection, forgiveness, and the chance to heal old wounds. The trailer highlights Abigail's impact on those around her. Longtime residents of Hope Valley, who have missed her presence, are shown in scenes of quiet observation and restrained excitement. Their reactions are layered, reflecting complex feelings, joy at seeing a beloved friend again, uncertainty about how she fits into the life that has continued in her absence, and curiosity about the stories she carries from her time away. These moments are subtle but powerful, conveying that Abigail's return is not just a plot device, It's a catalyst for emotional exploration, rekindling relationships, and reopening old chapters in the town's collective story. Abigail herself is portrayed with a balance of warmth and guardedness. The trailer hints that she has grown, experienced challenges, and returned with new perspectives that may shift the dynamics she left behind. Her interactions are carefully framed. Sometimes she is laughing and reconnecting, other times she appears introspective, hinting at the internal struggles she may face while reintegrating into the community. The show seems to be emphasizing that reunions are rarely simple. Even beloved characters carry the complexity of the journeys they have taken. Abigail's story in Season 14 promises to explore themes of identity, belonging, and the courage it takes to re-enter a world that has moved on while holding on to the essence of who you are. The trailer also teases key relationships that will be central to Abigail's arc. There are fleeting glances with characters who have been part of her life before, suggesting moments of tension, reconciliation, and perhaps unresolved feelings. These interactions hint at the emotional challenges that will accompany her reunion. Old disagreements may resurface, loyalties may be tested, and the choices she makes could ripple through the lives of those she reconnects with. By framing these moments with careful attention to facial expressions and body language, the trailer communicates that Abigail's storyline is about more than nostalgia. It is about meaningful growth and the ways past and present intersect. Furthermore, the visual storytelling in the trailer reinforces the emotional depth of Abigail's return. Scenes of her walking through familiar streets, pausing outside homes, and observing small details evoke a sense of reflection and introspection. The cinematography often frames her against the natural beauty of Hope Valley, using light and shadow to underscore moments of quiet realization or emotional intensity. Music and pacing complement these visuals, creating an atmosphere that is both tender and charged with anticipation. Every shot seems designed to make viewers feel the significance of her return, not just as a character, but as a force that will influence the emotional landscape of the season. Another important aspect highlighted in the trailer is Abigail's potential role as a bridge between generations and between past and present. She is positioned in scenes where she offers guidance, shares stories, or provides support, hinting that her presence may help other characters reflect on their own journeys. This adds layers to the narrative, suggesting that Abigail's return is not solely about her story, but also about the connections she fosters, the lessons she imparts, and the emotional healing she enables. It underscores the idea that Season 14 is exploring community in a deeper, more nuanced way, showing that the return of one person can impact many lives and open pathways for growth, reconciliation, and hope. By the end of this section of the trailer, it is clear that Abigail's reunion is central to the emotional heartbeat of Season 14. Her presence challenges the town to confront what they have missed, what they have learned, and what they are willing to embrace moving forward. It is a story of reconnection, reflection, and resilience, emphasizing that the characters of Hope Valley are continuously evolving, and that their shared history is as vital to their future as the choices they make today. Abigail's return promises to blend nostalgia with transformation, ensuring that her storyline is as compelling and emotionally resonant as the central arcs of Nathan and Elizabeth. Season 14 of When Calls the Heart doesn't just focus on the main characters' personal journeys, it also introduces subtle shifts in Hope Valley itself, hinting at challenges and changes that will affect the entire community. The trailer carefully weaves in these background details, showing that while love and reunion are central, the town as a whole is entering a period of transition. Streets appear familiar but slightly busier, new faces appear in brief moments, and the tone of everyday interactions has a quiet tension. These small cues suggest that life in Hope Valley is moving forward, and with progress comes the inevitability of conflict, unexpected decisions, and personal growth for everyone, not just Elizabeth, Nathan, and Abigail. One of the most compelling aspects of this section of the trailer is how it hints at external pressures on the town. While Hope Valley has always been a place of warmth and safety, Season 14 appears to explore the reality that communities face challenges beyond their borders. Economic shifts, potential newcomers with differing perspectives, and hints of disputes or misunderstandings are shown through fleeting moments. A concerned look exchanged between townsfolk, conversations that pause mid-sentence, and subtle reactions to letters or news arriving from outside. These glimpses create an undercurrent of tension, reminding viewers that even a close-knit community must adapt and respond to forces it cannot fully control. It's a reminder that personal stories are always intertwined with the environment around them, and the choices of one character can ripple outward to impact many lives. The trailer also places emphasis on interpersonal dynamics beyond the romantic and reunion arcs. Long-standing friendships, partnerships, and family relationships are shown in nuanced ways, indicating that the new season will explore how bonds are tested and strengthened when change is inevitable. A glance across the town square, a quiet conversation on a porch, or a shared smile over a small victory reflects the ongoing navigation of loyalty, trust, and understanding. These moments highlight that the show is not only invested in dramatic events, but also in the emotional texture of daily life, showing that the resilience of Hope Valley comes from both community and personal connection. Visual storytelling plays a major role in conveying these shifts. The trailer uses light and shadow to emphasize both comfort and uncertainty. Sunlit streets represent the familiar warmth of the town, while moments of dusk or shadowed interiors hint at challenges, decisions, and unknown outcomes. Music cues subtly shift in tempo and tone to reinforce emotional undertones, suggesting that while there is happiness and hope, there is also a layer of suspense. This careful balance between brightness and tension shows that Season 14 intends to deliver a more layered, mature narrative, one that acknowledges both the joys and complexities of life in Hope Valley. Additionally, the trailer teases new interactions and subtle conflicts among the townspeople. These are not overtly dramatic confrontations, but instead are conveyed through body language, lingering glances, and pauses in conversation. The audience is encouraged to read between the lines, noticing how characters respond to one another and to changing circumstances. It hints at underlying questions: who can be trusted? How will decisions affect the town? What sacrifices might individuals need to make for the greater good? These narrative threads add texture to the story, creating a sense that even seemingly ordinary moments carry weight, and that every choice, however small, matters in shaping the future of Hope Valley. Finally, the trailer emphasizes that change in Hope Valley is both inevitable and transformative. Characters are shown navigating challenges with courage, compassion, and wisdom gained from past experiences, whether it's mentoring younger residents, reconciling differences with friends, or stepping into leadership roles. The townspeople's actions reveal that the community itself is a living character, capable of growth, resilience, and unexpected inspiration. This focus on collective journey reinforces the idea that Season 14 is not only about the personal arcs of Elizabeth, Nathan, or Abigail, but also about the evolution of Hope Valley as a whole, a place where love, friendship, and courage intersect, creating a deeper, more intricate story for audiences to follow. Through these nuanced portrayals, the trailer sets the stage for a season that will balance individual growth with community resilience, showing that while personal decisions drive the narrative, the true heartbeat of Hope Valley lies in how everyone comes together to face life's challenges. The promise of Season 14 is clear. It will explore love, reunion, and personal transformation, but it will also honor the strength, complexity, and enduring spirit of the town itself, making the entire community an integral part of the story.